One of the hardest parts about getting out of prison was learning all this technology that I had lived without for almost 20 years. Because you gotta remember, when I first went to prison in the early 2000s, they were still selling cassettes and cassette tape players. I earned a bachelor's degree after 15 years of work, and 90% of my assignments, my exams, were done with paper and pen because we had no internet access. We had very limited access to computers. And I was able to get a very special dispensation to use the computers over in the library and eventually over in the law library and actually get something printed out. Because that was the thing, even if you did have access to a computer, there was no way to print anything out. Then in 2015, things changed a little bit because JPay came into the system, and first they brought kiosks into the pod, and these were a way to pay for email. You could spend 50 cents, get a stamp, and send an email out. Somebody could spend 50 cents, get a stamp, and send an email in. There was no other internet access and no way to send directly to anybody unless they had already signed up on the system. And they also set it up to where you could download songs onto these little MP3 players. And eventually those MP3 players, which were actually just decommissioned smartphones, but like really old smartphones, were actually able to be plugged into the kiosk to send and receive email.